Have you ever played an RPG that made you completely lose track of time? One of those games that pulls you into another world, where every detail, every choice, and every character makes you feel like you're actually living that story? Some RPGs go beyond mere entertainment. They suck you in so completely that you forget about the real world. And today, I'm going to show you 10 RPGs with worlds so immersive that playing just a little is simply impossible. Get ready, because after this video, your must-play list is about to get a whole lot longer.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
Kingdom Come Deliverance is living proof that an RPG doesn't need magic or mythical creatures to be deeply immersive. This game throws you straight into the heart of 15th century Bohemia, a land torn apart by war, political betrayals, and a brutal struggle for the throne. But forget dragons and spells, this is as real as it gets. You step into the shoes of Henry, a blacksmith's son whose village is mercilessly wiped out by invading mercenaries. Once an ordinary peasant, Henry is forced into a world of brutal battles, high-stakes intrigue, and choices that truly shape the course of history. What makes Kingdom Come Deliverance stand out is its unwavering commitment to historical accuracy. The weapons, armor, and even the social customs of the time have been painstakingly recreated, making every fight a real test of skill and strategy. Button mashing won't save you here. At first, this game flew under the radar, but over time, it built a devoted fanbase. Once you step into its world, you quickly realize that Kingdom Come Deliverance is more than just a medieval RPG, it's a full-blown historical experience. The open world is packed with richly detailed side quests, unexpected events, and an atmosphere that makes you feel like you've been transported to one of the darkest chapters of European history. And if the first game was already impressive, its sequel takes everything to a whole new level. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has arrived, bringing even deeper immersion, enhanced graphics, and a more refined combat system. It's no exaggeration to say that it has already secured its place as one of the best RPGs of 2025, winning over both players and critics alike. If you're looking for a game that challenges your skills, demands patience, and transports you to one of the most brutal periods in human history, this series is simply a must-play.
Heard you wondering about my swords. Well, one's for monsters.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is more than just a game. It's a true experience. When it was released, it redefined what it means to be immersed in a fantasy universe. From the vast plains of Velen to the bustling streets of Novigrad, every corner of this world is filled with detail, stories, and characters that feel alive. It doesn't just give you a world to explore, it makes you feel like you belong there. The main storyline alone would be enough to make this one of the greatest RPGs of all time. But The Witcher 3 goes even further. Its side quests aren't just filler, they tell stories so well written and impactful that many could serve as the main plot of other games. You never feel like you're just checking off generic tasks. Every interaction, every decision carries weight, constantly putting you in morally complex situations that go far beyond simple black and white choices. And we can't talk about this game without mentioning its expansions, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. If the base game was already massive, these DLCs took it even further, delivering stories worthy of an epic fantasy novel. Blood and Wine, for example, isn't just extra content. It's practically a full sequel, introducing a new region, fresh mechanics, and a perfect conclusion to Geralt's journey. Even nearly a decade later, The Witcher 3 remains the gold standard for open-world storytelling. And if you still haven't played it, you're missing out on one of the greatest RPGs ever created. The Persona series is far more than just another RPG. It throws you into a one-of-a-kind experience, where you're not only battling powerful enemies, but also balancing everyday life as a Japanese high school student. And that's where Persona truly shines. Unlike most RPGs, here you have to manage your school routine, build friendships, and even decide if you'll take on a part-time job to earn some extra cash and boost your stats. Every choice matters, every conversation shapes your journey, and every interaction can mean the difference between victory and defeat. But the real game changer of the series is the social link system, or confidants, as they're called in the more recent games. The bonds you forge with other characters don't just add depth to the story. They directly impact your performance in battle. The stronger your connections, the more powerful your personas become, unlocking unique abilities and strategic combinations. It's a progression system that goes beyond simple level-ups. You're not just evolving your character, you're growing alongside them. And speaking of growth, each installment in the series has brought new innovations. Persona 3 revolutionized the genre by introducing social links, making social interaction a core gameplay element. Persona 4 expanded on this with a gripping murder mystery set in a small town. Then, Persona 5 took everything to the next level, featuring one of the most charismatic casts in the series, refined turn-based combat, and a bold, stylish aesthetic that became an instant genre-defining icon. The result? A deeply engaging RPG that hooks you not just with its story and combat, but with total immersion in the lives of these characters. You care about them, root for them, and feel the weight of your choices. In the end, Persona isn't just about fighting enemies in an alternate world. It's about living a second life inside a game.
You've been bad. Yes, we win. If you want my skills, I'll need a letter of introduction. Leave it to me.
The Like a Dragon franchise is a true spectacle when it comes to creating immersive worlds. Ryuga Gotoku Studio has mastered the art of transforming small urban areas into vibrant, detail-rich environments filled with endless possibilities. Unlike many open-world RPGs, where vast landscapes can sometimes feel empty, here everything is dense and alive. From the neon-lit alleys of Kamurocho to the sun-soaked streets of Honolulu in Infinity Wealth, every inch of these games feels dynamic, constantly inviting you to explore just a little more, and that just a little more can easily turn into hours of gameplay. And when I say there's a lot to do, I'm not exaggerating. Like a Dragon takes interactivity to another level. You're not just following a gripping story full of twists, you're also diving into ridiculously addictive side activities. Want to test your baseball skills? It's there. Prefer belting out tunes in a hilarious karaoke session? Go for it. How about taking a break to play classic Sega arcade games? And that's not even mentioning the in-depth management systems like running a business in Like a Dragon or transforming an entire resort in Infinity Wealth. It's like each of these games packs an entire game within itself, offering an experience that goes far beyond just the main story. But don't think these details are just distractions. Like a Dragon excels at making every interaction, no matter how small, feel meaningful. Side quests aren't just optional content, they're woven into the very DNA of the game. Many of them are so well written and unforgettable that skipping them would mean missing out on some of the best moments the franchise has to offer. And the cherry on top? The main story never disappoints, delivering memorable characters, deep dilemmas, and plot twists that keep you hooked, eager to see what happens next. So, get ready to dive into one of the richest and most immersive RPG worlds ever created. And good luck trying to play just a little bit.
You're gonna get stomped.
Let's go.
Before we continue with the list, I have a quick request for you. If you enjoy my content and want to support the channel, one of the easiest ways to do that is by using the Amazon and partner links in the description. Here's how it works. Any purchase you make after clicking the link helps the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Whether it's a game, an accessory, or even something completely different, every little bit helps and allows me to keep bringing you more videos like this. If there's one universe in entertainment that inspires passion and fascination, it's Star Wars. But capturing that vastness and magic in a truly immersive game? That's no easy task. Few games have ever managed to bring this galaxy far, far away to life the way Knights of the Old Republic did. Released over 20 years ago, this legendary RPG from BioWare didn't just take players back to an epic era in Star Wars history, it gave them something even more powerful: control over the fate of the galaxy. Here, you're not just a spectator in a grand story, you decide who you want to be. Every choice shapes your path, whether you walk the noble and disciplined path of the Jedi or embrace the thirst for power of the Sith. And these choices aren't just cosmetic, they directly impact the story, the characters, and even the world around you. It was one of the first games to deliver this level of narrative freedom, and that's why it's still considered one of the best Star Wars adaptations in gaming history. Even though it's an older title, its deep storytelling and intricate mechanics still make it an essential experience for any Star Wars fan. The replayability is enormous. Every playthrough can feel completely different depending on the choices you make. And that's the true magic of Knights of the Old Republic. It puts you at the heart of the galaxy and makes you feel the weight of every decision. If you've never played it, you're missing out on one of the greatest experiences the Star Wars universe has ever offered. Avowed arrived with full force, bringing a vast world filled with possibilities, exactly what you'd expect from Obsidian Entertainment. We're talking about the studio behind classics like Fallout New Vegas, one of the most beloved RPGs of all time. Obsidian has a unique talent for crafting rich worlds and immersive narratives, and with Avowed, they prove once again why they're one of the most respected studios in the genre. From the very first minutes, it's clear that this game was designed to be a deeply immersive experience. Every region is packed with detail, secrets, and stories just waiting to be uncovered. And the best part? The freedom you have within this world. You can choose the path of diplomacy, brute force, or even discover unexpected solutions to challenges. Every decision shapes the narrative to fit your playstyle, making each journey feel unique. The combat strikes an interesting balance between magic and traditional weaponry, allowing you to shape your character's abilities to match your strategy. And speaking of strategy, Avowed rewards those who explore, think outside the box, and dive deep into its systems. If you love RPGs that offer multiple ways to solve problems, this game will keep you hooked for countless hours. And for those lucky enough to have Xbox Game Pass, here's some great news. Avowed is already available on the service, so there's really no excuse not to dive into this universe. If you're a fan of well-crafted RPGs with deep freedom and a living, breathing world around you, this is a game you don't want to miss. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth takes the franchise experience to a whole new level, expanding not just the original story, but also immersing players in a journey filled with discoveries and challenges. Sure, the minigames have sparked some debate, but there's no denying that they're part of a bigger vision, turning every corner of this universe into something alive, packed with activities that enhance the experience and deepen the lore of this legendary RPG. The true magic of Rebirth lies in how it seamlessly blends narrative and gameplay, delivering a dynamic and strategic combat system that's pure adrenaline. Every battle is intense, packed with possibilities. Whether you prefer real-time action or a more tactical approach, the game gives you the freedom to shape your playstyle. And if you're the kind of player who loves exploring every detail, get ready to lose countless hours in this world. The additional content is vast, going far beyond the main story. Rebirth isn't just a game you finish and move on from. It invites you to revisit its cities, characters, and challenges. Want to experience everything? Set aside at least 100 hours, because this is one of those RPGs that completely pulls you in and makes time disappear. Whether it's the nostalgia, the depth of the story, the combat, or the richly detailed universe that begs to be explored, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth delivers a complete experience.
We have to help them!
Let's get to work.
They're already here. The Elder Scrolls told of their...
Few games manage to span generations and remain as alive as Skyrim. Since its release in 2011, this Bethesda RPG has become more than just a game. It's a phenomenon, and for good reason. Skyrim offers an almost limitless sense of freedom, putting you in complete control of your destiny within a vast world filled with stories, dangers, and discoveries. Here, you're not just a player following a linear script. You are the protagonist of a saga shaped by your choices. Do you want to walk the path of a ruthless warrior, crushing enemies with your blade? Or would you rather delve into the arcane arts, mastering ancient spells? Maybe you prefer the life of a stealthy thief, lurking in the shadows and uncovering forbidden secrets. Skyrim lets you play however you want, without restrictions. And the most impressive part? Even without a rigid main narrative like other RPGs, the game makes up for it with a living, breathing world. Every city has its own conflicts, every cave hides its own mysteries, and every NPC can lead you to an unexpected adventure. You could simply wander through Skyrim and, before you know it, find yourself caught in a civil war, hunting dragons or uncovering long-lost relics. Even after more than a decade, the game remains as relevant as ever. Mods, re-releases, and a passionate community keep Skyrim alive and constantly evolving. It's not just an incredible RPG, it's a world where you can lose yourself for hours, days, or even years. If you've never played it, you're missing out on one of the most immersive universes ever created in gaming.
Ye will be forsaken.
Elden Ring is the definition of a world that both invites and challenges you to explore it. From the very first moment you step into the lands between, there's an overwhelming sense of mystery and grandeur in the air. Every region of the map tells its own story, not through long cutscenes or heavy exposition, but through exploration, subtle environmental details, and encounters with NPCs who often hide more than they reveal. But what truly sets Elden Ring apart isn't just its size, it's the freedom it gives the player. Unlike previous Souls games where the path was more linear, here you can go wherever you want if you dare. From the start, the game doesn't hold your hand. On the contrary, it throws you into a merciless world and simply says, figure it out. This creates an insane level of immersion because every victory feels truly earned through effort, strategy, and constant learning. And speaking of challenge, the combat system retains the refined essence of From Software games, but is now adapted to an open world. The variety of weapons, spells, and playstyles lets you approach battles however you want. Want to be a brute force warrior, smashing everything in sight? Go for it. Prefer a mage obliterating enemies from afar? That works too. The possibilities are endless, making every player's journey through this universe a unique experience. The grandeur of this game doesn't stop there. Elden Ring's lore was crafted in collaboration with George R.R. Martin, the author of Game of Thrones. And you can feel his influence in the depth of its characters, kingdoms, and the wars that shaped this world. Everything has a purpose. Everything is part of a larger story that unfolds as you progress, or as you take the risk of interpreting hidden details in item descriptions and cryptic dialogues. And if the base game was already a colossal experience, the 2024 DLC took everything to a whole new level. New areas, even tougher enemies, and a level of complexity that made even veteran players break a sweat. Once again, Elden Ring proved that it's not just a game, it's an unforgettable experience that redefines what an open-world RPG can be.
I saved you.
Baldur's Gate 3 is the ultimate definition of freedom in an RPG. Here, every decision is yours, every action has a real impact, and every choice can completely change the course of your journey. Want to be a ruthless warrior who solves everything with brute force? Go for it. Prefer a strategist who talks their way out of conflict? That's an option too. Want to romance a vampire, form unlikely alliances, or even betray your own companions? Yes, all of that is possible. This game hands you the reins of the story and challenges you to explore its limitless possibilities. But don't be mistaken, Baldur's Gate 3 isn't just about freedom, it's about immersion. The world is alive, dynamic, and reacts to your choices in ways that feel incredibly real. From the smallest conversations to the most epic moments of the campaign, everything here feels like you're playing an enormous Dungeons & Dragons session with an exceptionally skilled dungeon master. And that's exactly what makes every playthrough unique. I spent weeks immersed in this universe, trying different approaches, getting to know the characters better, and uncovering hidden secrets. And the most amazing part? Even after 100 hours of gameplay, there's always something new to discover. You can restart your adventure with a completely different playstyle, explore alternative paths, and make choices that change everything. It feels like a brand new game every time you come back. If you're looking for a truly immersive RPG where your creativity and decisions shape the world around you, Baldur's Gate 3 is an absolute must-play. But fair warning, once you step into this universe, leaving it won't be easy. Now, I want to hear from you. Which RPG pulled you in the most? Or is there another game you think should have made the list? Drop a comment below. I read and reply to every single one, so your opinion really matters. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot and keeps the content coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.